Story time! Welcome to Short Stories with Lola. I've lived with a condition that makes it difficult for my body to burn fat, though people don't see that part. They just see my size, the weight that's followed me since childhood, and they judge me for it. They don't know what it's like to grow up in a body that refuses to change, no matter how hard you try. My parents love me. I've never doubted that. But they didn't know any better. My mom has the same condition I do, and for her, it was just something she accepted. It's what God gave us, she used to say. To her, there was no point in trying to change what you were born with. So growing up, I never learned to take care of my body in a way that worked for me. By the time I got to middle school, I was bigger than most of the kids around me. I couldn't blend in, and the other kids, they let me know it. It wasn't just the teasing you see on TV, the harmless jokes. It was full-blown bullying. I'll never forget the day it all changed for me. I was sitting alone at lunch like I usually did, trying to pretend I didn't hear the whispers, the laughter. But then this skinny, cocky boy from my class came over with his friends, looked me up and down, smirking like he just found a new toy to play with, and made a comment about him disappearing if I sat on him. It was really more brutal than that. And the others just burst out laughing. The shame and embarrassment was so much that I wanted to crush him with the weight of everything I was carrying, but I didn't. I just sat there, feeling the heat crawl up my neck, wishing I could disappear instead. That was the day I decided I wasn't going to be weak anymore. If the world was going to come at me for being big, then I would use my size to protect myself. So I started to fight back. I started to bully them right back. I hated it. It just didn't feel right deep inside me. But it felt like my only weapon. So I did what I could to survive. Years later, when I finally went to college in the city, I thought things would be different. I thought I could start afresh. But the shame followed me there too. On the outside, I looked confident. I knew how to walk with my head held high, how to smile like nothing bothered me. But on the inside, I felt worthless. It didn't matter that I was smart or kind. People still saw my size before anything else. I'd hear the whispers in class, the cruel comments about how I'd break the chair I was sitting on. They'd laugh right there, as if I wasn't even a person. Some of them didn't even bother to hide it. I remember the first and last college party I went to. I wanted to fit in, to feel like I belonged. But as soon as I walked in, one of the guys, drunk and stumbling, looked at me and shouted, "No fatties allowed." Everyone laughed, and in that moment, all the confidence I'd built up just crumbled. I felt so small, so ashamed. One of the girls tried to be nice. She came over and told me to ignore them, to come inside and have fun. But I couldn't. So I made up an excuse about needing to finish a paper I'd already finished days ago, and left. I cried the whole way back to my dorm. College wasn't all bad, but those moments, the whispers, the stares, they stayed with me. No matter how hard I tried to brush them off, they ate away at my confidence. When I got married, I thought things would finally be different. My husband wasn't big like me, but he said he liked my size. He made me feel safe, loved, for a while. But after the first year, the comments started. Little jabs here and there about my weight, about how I looked. He never hit me, but the emotional abuse was there, cutting me down piece by piece. And then he cheated. With someone from my workplace, no less. A woman, slim with long, beautiful hair. I remember the betrayal, the humiliation. I felt like nothing, like I wasn't worth loving. People told me to stay, to manage. They made it sound like no one else would ever love me, that I'd never find another man to marry me. For a while, I believed them, but then something changed. I started spending more time online. I'd never been into social media before because all I saw was people tearing each other down. But this time, I found something different. I found a community of women on Facebook, beautiful, confident, plus-size women who were living their lives unapologetically. They weren't hiding their bodies. They weren't ashamed. They loved themselves fully. And for the first time, I started to wonder if I could do that too. It's been hard. My condition makes it nearly impossible to lose weight the way other people do, and I still worry about my health. I've been eating better, walking daily, not to punish myself, but to take care of this body. The progress is slow. There are days when I break down, when I wonder if it's even worth it. But then I remember that this body, my body, is doing its best. I'm learning to be patient with it, to love it for what it is, not what the world says it should be. I've thought about surgery, but I know that if I don't build habits of love, exercise, and care now, no surgery will fix this. It'll just be a waste of time and money. I've left my husband. I've realized that I don't need anyone else to make me feel beautiful. I'm learning to find joy in my own company, in the way I laugh, the way I move, the way I dance. I really love to dance. The way I simply exist, and that is enough. Here I am, still on this journey, still figuring it all out. I'm getting there, and I'm loving my progress. I'm learning to love myself, slowly, deeply, and fully. And that's the kind of love I deserve. This is Short Stories with Lola. Thank you so much for watching and listening and sharing. Bye.